Good evening and welcome to the latest episode of India Africa Talk Show. This is season 2, and today we'll be discussing about the new responsibilities that have taken up by these 5 youngsters who are part of African Association of Students. And today we'll be talking to the team of AASI, the Association of African Students in India. What are their plans for the next 1 year? What is their strategy? What is their vision? And how these youngsters are going to redefine and change the relationship that Indian youth and African youth share. So today I have a group of 5 young panelists today with me who will be sharing their thoughts. First of all, I would like to welcome Mr. Murtala Ibrahim, who is National President of AASI, and he's from Nigeria. Mr. Ibrahim, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, sir.
Our second panelist today is Ms. Rashida Rajabu, who is National Public Relations Officer of AASI, and she's from Comoros. Rashida, if you can hear us, you're welcome to the show. Yeah. Our third panelist today is Mr. Adonis Boli Druid. He is National Education Coordinator of AASI and he's from Ivory Coast. Mr. Boli, welcome to our show. Our next panelist today is Ms. Aisha Fall. She is National Deputy Secretary General of AASI and she's from Senegal. Aisha, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And our last panelist today is Ms. Elizabeth Imwa Kalile. She's National Vice President and she's from Tanzania. Elizabeth, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah. You're welcome to the show.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So let's go ahead with this discussion. Viewers, if you would like to subscribe our channel, you can log on to India Africa Today, or you can also do a Google search with India Africa Today name and you will find our channel and you can subscribe it for latest updates about India and Africa. And today, as I said in the beginning, we'll be discussing about the new responsibilities that have been taken up by the recently elected executive members of AASI. 5 members of the executive committee are with me today and they'll be sharing their vision and thoughts about AASI and the future of African students in India. Coming to you, Mr. Murtala Ibrahim, first. Congratulations for getting elected as the national president of AASI for this year. We would like to know more from you about your vision about AASI and where you would like to take AASI in next 1 year.
Thank you very much, sir, for having me here in this your active forum. A very pleasant moment to everyone. My name is Murtala Ibrahim, an African from Nigeria, for sharing my program, Radiology with Sharda University. So as we all know, the AASI stands for Association of African Students in India. The association was founded in 1963 by the late Professor Dr. Bingu wa Mutharika, the former president of Malawi, and the chairperson of African Union when he was a student in Delhi University. So my experience over the years has strengthened ability to manage my study, manage my time effectively while maintaining my studies. It was also driving my desire to truly bring in the best to our student body. I feel I am approachable, efficient, and friendly person who can help our association actualize its true potential. So what I should offer in my administration, I want to ensure that we have a friendly and approachable contact that is friendly, that is happy to represent each individual views. Ideas and concern is my #1 priority. Through all-inclusive Pan-Africa approach, as a national president, And also I plan to maintain transparency and make sure that we kept up to date as efficiently and promptly as possible via the various publishing platform of the association. So I think I invest in making the association more engaging through series of student-initiated and driving programs, as I believe it is important that we remain visible to each other. I plan to organize regular use our association events, giving the association ability to recognize and giving access our new executives to promote the best leadership practice among us. And also, there are some undoubtedly vast issues and challenges faced by our Pan-African student community in India, with a critical and necessary call due address by God's grace. One thing, I want to involve paradigm shift and attaining relationship of mutual respect between us and our hosts. I will encourage movement that are focused on repositioning our image, not just in India, but across the world, thereby making the Association of Pan-African Students making the Association of Pan-African Students in India, that is AASI, a true reflection of what it should be.
Great. So, ASI in India represents the diversity of African continent.
Yes.
And what you are saying, Mr. Mustafa, if right steps are taken in that direction, Indians will be more informed, better informed, and will share a more cordial and respectful relationship with Africa. So I think you have a great vision, and appropriate steps and efforts are taken. I think that vision can be transformed into a reality in the coming year. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Coming to you, Elizabeth Imwakelele. She is the National Vice President of ASI. First of all, congratulations on getting elected to this coveted post, and she is from Tanzania. Elizabeth, what for you are going to be the priorities as far as ASI is concerned in the next 1 year? Yeah. Please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay, first I would like to say thank you very much. I think it's a position well deserved, and I'm going to earn it, and I'm going to work very hard for the African students and the Indian as well. My priorities, it will be to prioritize the students, it's to prioritize the Indians as well. I think African students traveled a long way in search of something greater here in India. They have traveled a long way in search of fulfilling their dreams, fulfilling their careers here in India.
Elizabeth? I think there is some
officials and Indian students. I'll prioritize the welfare of the African students. I'll prioritize their academics. I'll prioritize their health. I'll prioritize their happiness, and I'll prioritize the association in general, so it can continue to grow and be used for future generations to come. Thank you very much.
Very interesting, Elizabeth. You're talking about the happiness of African students here in India.
Yes.
And the other point which you emphasized on, that your priority is not just African students, Indian students as well.
Yes.
That's how you build up a relationship on mutual respect. Wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful listening to you, those points.
Thank you.
To you, Mr. Adonis Boli, Druid, you are the National Education Coordinator of ASI for this year, and you're from Ivory Coast. Mr. Boli, I think in India, there are more than 20,000 African students who are studying. They come here every year for for their bright future, to get quality education in India. And they spend some of their most productive years here in India. How can this stay of African students in India can be made more memorable, can be made more healthy, happy, and how, being an education coordinator, what kind of responsibilities you will be taking care of in the coming 1 year? Mr. Boli.
Okay, thank you, sir. First of all, thank you to giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Victor Poli. I'm from Ivory Coast. I did my BCom degree in Shada University. Now I'm studying MBA Marketing second year. I was elected National Education Coordinator of AASI, 12 September 2020. So my mission is that to make the link of between every university with AASI. So we are working to satisfy each students in Ivory Coast and India, if all African students in India. Yeah. So first of all, I want to meet each university in India to talk about our program. So, and the second point, we want to check up for if the program that university follow, if it's updates. So now I have too many points, but I just briefly some.
Great.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to you on this point of, being an education coordinator, the kind of responsibilities you share later in the show. Coming to you, Ms. Rashida Rajabu, she is the National Public Relations Officer, and she's from Comoros. Rashida, I think you have the toughest responsibility as far as the ASI team is concerned, because communicating within the group and outside the group, what exactly is happening in ASI, what exactly is happening in the community of African students here in India, and also communicating with rest of the world. So what kind of preparations you are going to do to be an effective communicator of your issues, effective communicator of the problems as well as the achievements of African students here in India, and what exactly you would like to communicate and what kind of relationship you would like to build with other communities, especially the Indian community here, as well as other foreign students who are here in India.
Good evening, all. Thank you so much, sir, for having us with this opportunity. As we all know, the public relation officer is the head of the public affairs in the association, and by myself as a PRO, I am the one to present the association in the face of the media and general public. Some of our rules and responsibility as a PRO include planning, publicity, strategic, and campaigns. It's also very responsible for writing, press release, speech, and newsletter. It's part of my responsibility to manage the reputation of the association in terms of media and general public awareness. We are also working on the developing a relationship with the media organization representing the association at events such as press release, news conference, radio and television interview, and also exhibition and sponsorship and so on. In our office, we disseminate information we disseminate information to the students and the general public through our various social media platform. And also we also deal with the inquiries from the students and the general public, and also we maintain and update information on the association through our website, and also with the public.
Yes,
general.
I think that's going to be one of the most important tasks for you in the coming year, to communicate effectively with media and with other stakeholders in India. Coming to you, Ms. Aisha Fall, you are the National Deputy Secretary General. First of all, congratulations for getting elected to this position. Could you please tell us more about your role as a Deputy Secretary General in ASI in the coming year?
Okay, thank you so much. So I will introduce myself. My name is Aisha, and I'm from Senegal, currently doing a political science major and international relations minor at Ashoka University. So as a Deputy Secretary General for AASI, my main role is to support the Secretary General, but the role of the Secretary General is mostly into documentation, making sure that the meetings are the meetings are in, like the general meetings and the general assemblies are well organized, and that all documentation, all minutes of the meetings are also taken into. So the Secretary General is mostly a moderator within the association, whether it is with the members of the executive or with the all members of the association, meaning all African students in India. Yeah. So as my vision for ASI, as I am a Pan-Africanist, is to enhance the relationships that we have as Africans in India, because even though we all came here, most of us came here for studies and maybe to work here later, we often miss out on the opportunities we have to be gathered here as Africans from different countries in India. So my vision for ASI this year would be to just enhance on those opportunities that we have to create relationships that will be fruitful for us in the future.
Great. My best wishes to you for all your endeavors in the coming 1 year. Friends, as an outsider, what I see in ASE is that you have two major responsibilities. One is within the group, within your community, because Africa is a huge continent and there's a huge diversity of students who come to India from African continent. That is one responsibility of effectively working with them, taking care of their interests, and maintaining the solidarity that you share, the Pan-African solidarity with all your brothers and sisters. Secondly, outside the African community, the kind of relationship you share with India and Indian community, and particularly Indian youth. So I would like to know more about if any steps you would like to take to further enhance your relationship with the host community here in India or in whatever in Delhi or in whichever city your members are. So would like to know your thoughts on that, and how you would like to take efforts in making sure that you build a healthy relationship with the host community also. Mr. Mustafa Yusuf, your thoughts on it first.
Yes, sir. So thank you very much, sir. This is a very nice question. I think we Africans, our Africans, our culture, African and India are almost the same. So we thank God for that. We will find it very simple to negotiate or interact with them. That is why I say we are going to organize some events which we are going to deal with our Indian youth so that during interaction, we may be able to understand ourselves. So I think, and there are some challenge, and those challenge, I think it is just misunderstanding to me, because everywhere you go, every place you present yourself, we must find some the good and the bad. So maybe I'm the kind of bad person, and I interact with the good Indians youth. So they maybe the kind of understanding that I make, they understand me, and which is different with other students, one of our communities. So I think here they may misunderstand African, but I think when we understand ourselves, we find it difficult. That is why in my administration, we are going to organize and involve them, organize some program, which we are going to invite them so that to go together, we understand ourselves so that we do everything together.
Yeah, great. I think that's a wonderful initiative if you're planning to organize some events where there will be more interaction and participation of African students as well as the Indian community. Coming to you, Adonis Boli, any specific inputs from your side on developing a healthy and a more warm relationship with the host community?
Sir, in my side, sir, we are working to make the relationship and the management at the level of the each university in India. So we are making the process to discuss about the scholarship. Can each university can reduce the school fees because some people want to come to study in India, but the parents don't have the money. The school fees is too high. Yeah. So if the university think about this one, I think more people will come to India for study.
I think that's a very important step, and I think it's very much required. Um Once we have more and more African students coming to India, we'll have more presence of African students in public places, in public domain. There will be more interaction with the host community and particularly the youth, the Indian youth here. And I think that will, in the long run, that will help in building a more solid and a more peaceful relationship between Indians and Africans. I think that's a very good point, and I'm sure in the coming 1 year you'll be able to make some headway in that, in making sure the universities, the private universities in India, they bring their fees down for African students so that more and more African students will come here in India for higher studies. Coming to you, Rashida, you are handling the public relations office, and in India there has been kind of a stereotypical image of Africans has been created in media, and which is far from reality, because we know the kind of African students and youngsters are coming to India, and they are very talented. They come from diverse cultural backgrounds, but this is something which is never gets reported in media. Media only talks about specific events if something has happened, or if some African national has been caught in some illegal activity. That's the kind of news you get in national media here in India. So to change that kind of image, what would you like to, what kind of steps ASI would like to take? How you are going to enhance your public relationship building exercise with Indian media? Rashida.
Thank you, sir, for this important question. As I said it lately, that we disseminate information through emails, address, and various social media platforms. This include our Facebook page, which is, we all know, Association of Africa Students in India, ASI official. We have also our website, which is www.rc.org.in. We also disseminate information to the entire students of African in India through university website, through university WhatsApp group of African, which, in every university, African students, they have their own WhatsApp group, which we use them to share with them and communicate with any important information. And also we have the African community WhatsApp group, which every African country in India have their own community, own association. So we communicate through with them through those platform. And we also use a Twitter handle ASI and Instagram ASI. So apart from my plan as a PR office, most of my plan is to improve effective communication among the African students community in India. I mean, to give or to provide a proper communication to the African students in India, and also to promote African culture diversity through our brochures and template. I also, as one of my important plan as a PRO, I want to us to prepare association annual organization, which are to be distributed through embassies, Indian government ministries and agencies, also Indian companies and organization, hospital, and university, and so on. So also one of the other the plan that we have also in the PR office, we have to secure more sponsorship opportunity through social media campaigns from a university, hospital, or any company which we need to promote to secure sponsorship opportunities. We also going to work also to organize more orientation and awareness program through our various platform media.
Okay, great. I think you are going to have a very hectic year-long schedule as far as the PRO work is concerned. Coming to you, Elizabeth, your inputs on improving the relationship between Indian youth and African youth through AASI.
I think it's a beautiful question. I think most of the time we usually misunderstand each other because we are different. Maybe someone's hair is different. But when African students learn to mingle with Indian students, maybe we organize a cricket team together. It will change their view. They'll get to learn more about us because India is like a second home to us while we are staying here. It's like a second home. We have to be respectful. We have to show collaboration. We have to show that we are willing to participate in all Indian festivals like Diwali. We participate in your culture, and you can also participate in our culture. So as we get to learn more about the Indian culture, you will also get to learn more about us. So we are hoping first we'll have a African student cricket team, which we are hoping we can organize various matches with Indian teams, cricket matches.
Great. I think that's a very
So
interesting idea. You know, if you're going to have an African
yeah,
cricket team, I think we look forward to that kind
yeah,
of tournament here in
yeah,
India. Coming to you, Aisha,
yeah.
last words from you about ASI's role in bringing Indian community and African young community together in a peaceful and cordial manner. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
I think AASI as an association is an important platform for both communities. So already when we have talks like this one, we are talking to both parties. We are interacting with the Indian community, but we are interacting with the African community too. So ASIA as an association is actually a tool for both communities to interact in terms of the association is a point of contact where we can actually talk to our community, the African students, since they are all members of the association. We are able to communicate with them, sensitize them about their host and how the Indian culture and how they could interact with it. But as an official association to our interactions with the outside and our host community is also more enhanced because then it's a more serious and official communication. So ASI has also the role of making sure that African students in India are are actually like we are ensuring their welfare in India, and that also means us making sure that the Indian community is aware of the association itself, is aware of how African students live in India. And as many of my colleagues have mentioned, that will happen through events, that will happen through sessions, creating cricket teams and all of that. So the association is actually an important tool for both communities to be able to interact and get the most out of this opportunity.
Um, you all have mentioned about various ways you are going to, enhance the interaction with Indian community here in your host country, which Elizabeth said, India is their second home. Wonderful. That brings to me to another point of discussion. The root cause of so much, disrespect and, that the two communities, African and Indian, are not able to gel well is that Indians don't have that kind of understanding of African culture. They have never got an opportunity to explore Africa. the African food, African music, African cinema, African literature, African art. We Indians have very little information about these different cultural aspects of Africa. And I think it's extremely important that we try to showcase this treasure of culture which Africa has, the huge diversity that Africa has, to Indians. And that can be done in various ways. So coming to you, Mr. Mustafa Yusuf, are you planning any activities which will showcase African culture? Maybe it's African food, African music or cinema or literature, art. Are you planning these kind of programs where youth can come out and also, present them as ambassadors of African culture or ambassadors of their respective countries?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for discussion, which is very important. As we all know, however, I think with the eyes of our African student community, beyond their studies in India, we are working together with my executive committee to organize program that will educate, organize a program that are going to show our culture, so that to make Indian community to know our culture and their culture are almost the same. And by God's grace, we are planning on this. I was invited to this coming 2022 Bollywood festival. So I think in Marwa studio. So I'm planning to ask him so that we can perform over there, because it's like show off. So I think we want to organize something to show the world that we African community, we want to participate in Marwa studio to show Indian community that our culture is almost the same. Despite that, my deputy president already said it. India is our second home. We have nowhere to go. We are here to study. So we need to interact with Indian so that to make them understand and to brainwash them that what some of them are thinking about Africa is not like that. Yeah, so we have many programs which we are going to at least 2 to 3 times to organize same thing to show us our culture, like our food, our dressing code, our characters, our behaviors, so that to brainwash some. I knew people like you and others that went to our African communities. They work with us. They went there, they see how we are. So, but we have some of our Indian here that doesn't even go around the world and see how things are going. So I think they have misunderstanding based on that. But by God's grace, we are going to show them that we are different and we are like them. We are all the same. Thank you very much, sir.
Great. Coming to you, Aisha, being the National Deputy Secretary General, you will be supporting various activities as part of the Secretariat. One constant problem with the Indian-African relations is that, we don't see African youth so much in public spaces. One reason, of course, is the violent incidents that have happened in the past, the racism that is there in Indians for Africans. How we are going to address that issue so that we can see more and more Africans coming in Indian markets and Indian cinema halls and Indian restaurants, and it becomes a normal phenomena. It should not be like, that we are pinpointing, that, one African person has come here, and, it should become a normal phenomena that, Africans are, very much part of Indian life whenever they are in India as students, whatever 3 years, 4 years time they are spending in India. It should be that natural and normal for them. So do you think any steps are being taken to ensure that, more and more African students come out of these universities in the public life, in the public domain in India?
Thank you for that question. I think it's a really important matter in terms of, as Africans and foreigners in India, I think, to be realistic, we do not expect all 1 billion Indians to be quite welcome to outsiders as such, or even as understanding. So it's quite normal, as you mentioned, that many of them are not familiar with the African continent, and most of their interactions with the African continent are negative stereotypes. So I think that's where we have to start from. So the reason why Africans might not be comfortable with coming out is that maybe when you come out, you are being stared at. There are some things, there are some thoughts that go through maybe the Indians' minds and like causing a certain behavior that you would not appreciate. And I think while the narrative is already here that Africans are this, Africans are that, it is also our role to try and change it. In terms of the association in itself, when organizing events, when encouraging Africans to come out, we make our presence felt in a positive way. We change the narrative by doing more positive things to cover up for the negative. So, so that like this will not happen in a 1 year time or a 2 year time. And the association has been here for long and has been doing some work, which we truly appreciate. And over the years, the narrative will be changed. But I do think that there has been some progress made, and even the association collaborating with officials in India, with the police, like the embassies and all of that, that helps a lot, because I think when we talk about police, we also talk about safety. Like incidents that have happened are also about the safety of our African students. So the association is working on that slowly and slowly, but I think the main thing is making our own people come out in a positive way, the positive behavior in interacting with our hosts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have rightly said, these negative stereotypes and the narratives that have been built over the years will change in the coming years. It will take time and will take persistent efforts by organizations like AASI. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the end of this program. And once again, I would like to congratulate and thank all of you for coming today on this show and sharing your thoughts. And I'm quite sure that in the coming 1 year, you will put your best efforts in ensuring that not just African students have a better experience of staying and studying in India, but as well as Indian community would have a better understanding of African students and African culture. There are more than 20,000 students, from Africa who are studying in India. They come here with a dream. They come here with a vision. They spend their most productive years in India. And I think it's the responsibility of Indians and the host community to ensure that they have a memorable stay here in India. And I think any step taken by AASI would take us to that path of building a relationship on mutual trust and respect. Mr. Mustafa Yusuf, Mr. Mustafa Ibrahim, thank you so much for joining us today in the show. Mr. Adonis Boli, thank you for taking out time and coming to the show.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Rashida Rajabu, we would like to hear more from you. If you write to us as a PRO, we would get to know more about association and the work you are doing in the coming 1 year. And thank you very much for joining us today in the program.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Elizabeth, thank you for being a part of today's discussion. And Aisha Fall, the National Deputy Secretary General. Thank you, Aisha, for sharing your thoughts today.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the program. Viewers, do subscribe to our channel. It's India Africa Today on YouTube. And we'll be back next week with another discussion on India and Africa. Thank you so much. Goodbye and good night.
Thank you very much.